Today in this video I will discuss with you a very important device which is called counter, and it is used for industrial control or for automation purpose a lot. Here I will take it on the screen, the counter. As you can see now, I have this counter. I will zoom, then you can watch it more perfectly. Okay, as you can see on the screen, this is one counter. The counter is having three terminals, and as you can see, OR input terminal, count terminal, and DIR direction terminal, and is having one output. You can connect any output with this terminal. Counter is used in industry to count anything, the value or anything you want to count. You have to give it on the count terminal. And direction terminal is used if you want to change the direction of counting. For example, you want to count from 0 to 10 so don't activate this input. If you want to count from 10 to 0 downwards counting, then you have to give any signal or activate this terminal. Okay, for the demonstration purpose, let's take the input. I will take one input I1, and this I1 I will use to reset the counter. When the counter reaches to its value, the counting value, suppose I would like to count until 10, and after, if you want to reset the counter, so I will use I1 to reset the counter. Okay, I will take another input I2, and this input I will use to change the direction of counting, as you can see on the screen. Okay, I2 I will use to reset my counter. Sorry, to change the direction. I2 will use to change the direction of counting upwards or downwards, and I1 will be used to reset the counter, and I will take one output which will be Q1. Okay, this is Q1. Connect. Now I would like to count the pulses. So for counting the pulses, I have to generate the pulses. So I will use one synchronous pulse generator, which has been discussed in my previous video. If you want to know about a pulse generator, so keep watch that video. So I would like to count the pulses, so the output of the pulse generator will be connected on the count terminal. Okay, so to generate the pulses I need to give one input to the pulse generator as well, so which will be I3. This circuit is little bit complex, but as you know about the pulse generator already, so you can draw the circuit. It's easy for you. Okay, let me connect I3 to the pulse generator input terminal. EN will be used to trigger the synchronous pulse generator, and the pulse generator is used to generate the pulses, and you can program the pulse width. This is the positive width of the pulse. I will use seconds, so you can properly understand the circuit. And the pulse is, I will 6 seconds I will set for the positive pulse, and this will be interpulse, which will be used 4 seconds. So during pulse the synchronous generator will give output, and during interpulse, which will be 4 seconds, the output will be stopped. So during pulse it will give the output only. Okay, so pulse generator has been programmed. Let's program the counter as well. For the counter you can give any name. Suppose I give the name counter 1. Okay, now you want to start counting from what value? From what value you want to start the counting? So I would like to start from 1, and this is my on value. When you want to on your counter from 1, I would like to start my output from 1, and this is the off value. When you want to off your output, your counter output, so after counting value 10 on the input, the output will be disconnected, or the output will be stopped. Okay, the timer has been programmed, and now we will go towards the demonstration. So let's go to the demonstration. Keep in mind, our terminal is used to reset the counter. Anytime you can reset the counter by activating input I1, and the count terminal will be used to count the pulses which will be generated by the asynchronous pulse generator. In process control, if you want to count any value or anything, keep in mind the sensor will give you only the counting in the form of pulse. Okay, so that pulse will be processed by your controller, and this direction dir terminal will be used to change the direction of counting upwards or downwards. So we will do it one by one. Let's go to the demonstration. Now as you can see, let's 1. Okay, apply. Okay, I will start from 0. Better. Okay, now as you can see, switch off 1, and on value is 1. Apply. Okay. Okay, now I have to reset my counter on plus start from 1. Start from 1. Apply. Okay, reset the counter. Reset the counter. Okay, our counter is ready to count, as you can see. Okay, so sorry, I need to count from start value 0. Okay, reset. Okay, now the counter is reset. I will start. Okay, release. As you can see, now the timer has been resetted. Our timer will, the start value will be 0, and the counting will be start on first pulse, and will be off on 10th pulse. Okay, and I1 reset the counter, and I2 change the direction, I3 for the pulse generator to generate the pulses. Okay, let's see. I will activate I3 and you will see here now the value is 0. 1 is start giving pulse. You can see it will be added here. It will start counting that pulses. Activate I3. Okay, you can see now we got pulse value is 1 for the first pulse. Watch now, off pulse, second pulse. Okay, you can see we got second pulse. Now watch for the third pulse. Okay, now off, now third pulse. As you can see, yes, you can see 3, and it will go until 10, value 10, and after the output will be off, because our counting value, you can see off is equal to 10, so the counter will stop giving output on value 10. As you can see, it's generating. As you can see, the pulse generator is continuously generating the pulses, and the pulses are counting by the counter. As you can see, we got 6 pulses. Pulse off, and the next pulse, as you can see, 7 pulse. As you can see, we will get 8 pulse. You can see 8 pulse, and you will see 9th pulse. Okay, 9th pulse. In the next pulse, when we receive the next pulse, the output will be disconnected. Okay, as you can see now on 10th pulse, you can see on 10th pulse the output is off. When we are giving pulses, it will still count the pulses, but the output will be off. As you can see now, the pulse is 11, still counting the pulses, but our output has been disconnected. Okay, now let's reset the counter. Okay, we will reset the counter. As you can see now, the value of the counter is 0, and now we will count from 10 to, or from up to downwards. We will count from 10 to 0. Okay, so let's release and let's see. First we will go towards 10, then we will come from 10 to 0. As you can see, first positive pulse. Still we are going from 0 to 10, because I2, which is used for the direction, is not activated. So you can come even from 3 to 0 as well by activating. Let's see, we will activate I2, so it will come from 4 to downwards. Okay, let's see. Now the pulse is 4. When we receive the next pulse, it will come down on 3. Okay, you can see we got pulse, it came down, and the output has been activated as well. Now when it reaches to 0, the output will be off. Our value is 1, so after 1 the output will be disconnected. As you can see, 1, and after 1 the value will be the output will be disconnected. As you can see, until 1 the output was on, and after 1 the output has been disconnected. Okay, let's see again, going towards positive. So this is how you can count upwards and downwards using the counter. As you can see now, we are going towards 0 to 10, and if you want to change the direction, just activate the input I2, which is connected to the direction input DIR, so you can change any direction. So thank you for watching. I hope you will enjoy this video, and it's very helpful. If you like to count anything, you can count anything in the process control. let's see, we will one time come again from 5 to down. Okay, for the next pulse it will come down, as you can see 4, and then in the next pulse it will come down for 3, as you can see 3, and when we receive the next pulse will be 1, because as you can see in the program our value is 1, the minimum value, the downwards value is 1, so after 1 the timer will be off, as you can see 1, and when we receive the 0 this will be off. So this is how you can